this video, we're going to ask the question, when will we see Morgan in Season 4 of The Walking Dead? Okay, guys, welcome back. So, Season 4 of The Walking Dead, we're still in the middle of the break. We already know what happened in the first half of the season. We know what we somewhat know what we're gonna expect in Season 4. There's been recent leaked information, or at least leaked footage of someone special Tyrese is gonna run into. I'm not gonna say it here because I don't want to spoil it. Some of you might already know, but he does run into somebody. We all know who the person is, and it's a very interesting picture nonetheless. But again, I don't want to spoil who it is. If you know who it is, please don't put it in the comments. At least I respectfully request you don't. And if you don't know who it is and you want to know, just go look on the internet. Believe me, you'll find it. Now, we know that this second half of the season, we're going to get, obviously, 3 characters that were in the comics. Very, very important characters. We're going to be getting Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita. We also should be expecting to see Morgan sometime soon, because Morgan, it was confirmed that he was going to be in Season 4. I can't quite remember if it was multiple episodes or maybe just a couple. But one thing I got to say is this. Now that Low Winter Sun has been canceled, I think this is a great opportunity for AMC and the creators of the show to go after and sign Lenny James, because Morgan in the comic book gets rather far with the group. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity for Morgan to be on this show. And Lenny James is already in 2 episodes, has pretty much owned the character. But in terms of when we can expect to see him, there's 8 episodes in the second half. I can't tell. And I can't even tell who he's going to run into. Because we could easily assume that it's going to be Rick and Carl, but it may not be. And the only other person that really knows Morgan is Michonne. If I was a guessing man, I'd have to guess that it's going to be Michonne running into Morgan. I think him running into Rick would be almost a little. What's the word I'm looking for? It's almost too easy. No, that's not really. Almost like, okay, really? He ran into him in Season 3 and Clear, and that was obviously a very good episode, very well done. But for him to run into Rick again and almost kind of like save Rick or remind Rick of any, I don't know. I just think that's too much of an easy thing to happen. And I'm not saying it won't. I mean, some people might think it makes perfect sense if he runs into Rick. I don't. I just think the chances are so remote for it to happen twice. Unless Rick goes back to his old town to find him and something like that. If it's deliberate, that's one thing. But with everything that happened with the prison and him thinking his daughter, I think the last thing on Rick's mind is Morgan. So that's why I have a feeling it's not going to be Rick and Morgan running into each other. I have a feeling it's going to be Michonne and Morgan running into each other. But that's just a guess. We really don't know. We don't even know when he's going to show up. He could be the very last episode of the season, and just that could be the guide into Season 5 when he makes full-fledged appearances. Again, just speculation. But definitely looking forward to seeing Morgan come back. Like I said, I can't remember if it was multiple episodes he's supposed to be in, but I hope it is. I think the second half of the season, we're gonna get a lot of the this person's here doing his thing, this person's there doing their thing. I don't know how long they're gonna keep the characters separate. I'm going to make a bold prediction and say that they will bring all the characters together in the season finale, and that'll lead into Season 5 for next year. But again, and I think because you can't keep them apart too long, 8 episodes might even be a stretch. They might even bring them back together sooner than that. But again, I don't think we're going to see them together right away. If they went the full 8 episodes and brought them back together for the season finale, I think that will probably be a better, happier ending to but to offset the very horrific ending of the mid-season finale. Plus, last year was supposed to be a bad ending season finale in terms of Andrea dying, but nobody really cared enough for it to make that much of an impact. So, but Morgan, I think we will see him. You know what? I can't even predict that. It's so random. Even with 8 episodes left, there's really no way in telling when he's going to pop up. I only think for some reason he's going to pop up with Michonne. I don't know why, but I just get this gut feeling, and you know, it's just not likely that he would run into Rick a second time out of nowhere. Especially considering all the stuff that's going on. There's walkers all over the place. There's nowhere to really hide. Food is going to be scarce. It's just going to be a very, very bad deal for everybody who's on the run. And there's so many of them. You know, when you take, let's not even look at the core group. I mean, minus Rick, Tyrese, Michonne, Maggie, those guys. There were some survivors that got on the bus. You still got all the kids: Lizzie, Mika, the little boy with the curly hair. Judith is still a question. I did a video about that recently, and now we're going into the season. And now we're definitely going to be bringing in 3 more characters. Plus, we're going to be getting Morgan at some point. So I think the 3 new characters will be running into Rick. I think Morgan will be running into Michonne, and I think, in my opinion, everybody will, those who survive, because I don't think we're out of the woods yet with other people dying. You know, they haven't been out of security for quite some time, at least a little over a year. So it's got time to get the rust off. But I think at the end of the day, you get the whole group back together for the end of season 8, and then we go from there. And I'm dying to see Morgan. I want to see what he's going to bring. I think when we see Morgan, I think there's a good chance that we may see him not for the last time. I don't think he's going to die. I think we'll get him, and now that Low Winter Sun is over, I think that somehow, and they didn't know this when they filmed it, but now that it's over, it would be nice if they sign him, even secretly right now, for season 5. I think he just brings a whole new element to the show, and I'm dying to see him next half of the season. So tell me, guys, what you think about Morgan. What do you want to see from him? When would you like to see him? I would love to see him right away, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But if it does, even the better. And I think the second half of the season, we're going to basically just get a lot of character development from different parts of Georgia, where everybody's separated. And again, my opinion, I think they'll all come together for the season finale and catapult us into season 5. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Just my opinion on some things in terms of the groups and then Morgan. And I'm dying to see what you guys think. I want to hear your opinions and your predictions, and we'll take it from there. And we'll be doing more Walking Dead going forward. Take it easy, and I'll see you next video. Hey, guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. I'm your host, Rob, and this video, we're going to ask the question, when will we see Morgan in Season 4 of The Walking Dead? Okay, guys, welcome back. So, Season 4 of The Walking Dead, we're still in the middle of the break. We already know what happened in the first half of the season. We know what we somewhat know what we're gonna expect in season 4. There's been recent leaked information, or at least leaked footage of someone special Tyrese is gonna run into. I'm not gonna say it here because I don't want to spoil it. Some of you might already know, but he does run into somebody. We all know who the person is, and it's a very interesting picture nonetheless. But again, I don't want to spoil who it is. If you know who it is, please don't put it in the comments. At least I respectfully request you don't.